A Nigerian national has been arrested in India over an alleged romance scam in which a victim was reportedly defrauded of 68 lakhs Indian rupees, approximately 98.1 million. The suspect, identified as 37-year-old Mogu Sinachi from Imo State, was arrested by the Uttar Pradesh Special Task Force in Delhi over his alleged connection to a cyber fraud operation involving fake foreign identities, romantic relationships, and impersonation of customs and tax officials. But this was reportedly not a simple case of someone asking a stranger for money online. Investigators allege that a criminal built an elaborate story designed to gain the victim's trust, create an emotional connection, and then manufacture a financial emergency. According to Indian authorities, the case began where a resident of Darlinganj in Lucknow was contacted on Facebook by a person using the same name, Doris William, who claimed to be a British citizen. The alleged fraudster reportedly developed a relationship with the victim before introducing the promise of expensive gifts, dollars, and pounds supposedly being sent to India. Then came the alleged turning point. The victim was reportedly told that the parcel containing the gifts and foreign currency had been intercepted at an airport by customs officials. Suddenly, the alleged romantic relationship was connected to an urgent financial problem. The criminals allegedly began impersonating customs and income tax officials and demanded money for customs duty, income tax, GST, and other charges before the supposed parcel could be released. Indian police said the victim eventually transferred approximately 68 lakhs or about 98.1 million naira over the course of the alleged scam. Investigators said the operation was made to appear even more convincing through fake documentation. A senior police officer, Superintendent of Police, Vishal Singh, said the suspect allegedly sent the victim a fake Royal Bank of Scotland certificate, purportedly issued in the United Kingdom. The alleged strategy was clear: create a believable identity, establish trust, introduce an attractive reward, and then create a crisis requiring immediate payments. The victim reportedly kept sending money in an attempt to resolve the supposed customs problem. But investigators eventually began tracking the people behind the operation. The investigation reportedly moved from Lucknow to Delhi after authorities identified alleged links to Nigerian nationals involved in the fake profile rackets. Two alleged associates identified as Uchenwa and Obase Prosper had already been arrested on separate occasions. Osinachi, however, remained at large. The Uttar Pradesh Special Task Force then used technical analysis and intelligence gathering to trace his movements. According to investigators, the trace eventually led them to a house in Kamal Vihar, Burari, Delhi, where Osinachi was arrested. Police reportedly recovered 11 mobile phones, a laptop, a passport, 4 ATM cards, and 34 screenshots during the operation. The seized material could now become important evidence as investigators attempt to establish the scale of the alleged operation. Authorities said some of the screenshots contained photographs and videos of foreign women allegedly used to create fake social media profiles. Investigators also reportedly recovered materials allegedly connected to the impersonation of customs officials. That detail is significant because it suggests the alleged operation may have relied on multiple layers of deception rather than simply a fake romantic identity. The supposed British woman was allegedly only the beginning. Once the victim had developed trust, the criminals allegedly introduced customs officials, tax authorities, foreign currency, expensive gifts, and official-looking documents into the story. Each element reportedly reinforced the previous one. The victim was allegedly made to believe that the money being demanded was necessary to release something valuable that was already on its way. But according to investigators, the parcel and the financial demands were allegedly part of the fraud. Osinachi reportedly told investigators that he entered India on a business visa in 2022, but remained in Delhi after the visa expired. He also allegedly said that other Nigerians introduced him to the fraudulent operation. Authorities further alleged that Osinachi admitted participating in the Rs 68 lakhs fraud alongside Uchenwa and Prosper. Those allegations will still have to be tested through the legal process, and an arrest or accusation does not itself establish guilt. Yet, the case raises a wider concern about the growing sophistication of online romance scams. These crimes are no longer necessarily based on obvious messages or poorly written requests for money. Criminal networks can allegedly spend weeks or months building relationships with victims before making financial demands. The emotional elements can make the fraud particularly difficult to recognize. A victim who believes they are helping someone they trust may continue making payments even after the first warning signs appear. In this case, investigators allege that the criminals exploited that trust by combining romance with a fake international shipment and impersonation of government officials. The alleged use of foreign identities also demonstrates why people should not automatically assume that someone is genuine simply because they claim to be from Britain, American, or another Western country. Photograph, foreign names, video calls, and official-looking documents can all be manipulated or fabricated. The most important warning is simple. When an online relationship suddenly turns into repeated demands for money, something may be seriously wrong. Particular caution is necessary when the payment is supposedly required for customs clearance, taxes, medical emergencies, travel problems, legal fees, or the release of an expensive package. Authorities said the investigation remains ongoing. The phones, laptop, screenshots, and financial information recovered from Osinachi could potentially help investigators identify additional victims' accounts and people allegedly connected to the network. The investigation may also determine whether the same fake identities were used against other victims. For Nigeria, the case is another reminder that cybercrime allegations involving Nigerian nationals can attract international attention and serious legal consequences. For people using social media, however, the lesson is much broader. A stranger offering affection, friendship, or expensive gifts may not be who they claim to be. And when that relationship is followed by demands for increasingly large payments, the safest response is not to send more money, but to stop, verify the claims independently, and report the suspected fraud. This case began with an alleged Facebook friendship. It reportedly ended with an arrest in Delhi and a financial loss of nearly 100 million naira. And that is precisely what makes the alleged scam so disturbing. The criminals did not reportedly begin by demanding money. They allegedly began by building trust. If you find these reports informative, subscribe to the channel, turn on notifications, and share this video. Your support helps us bring you more international news stories. I'm Chidera Isom. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next reports.